So from this, sometimes we learn that when enough people tell us one thing, we start to believe it. We start to believe it that yeah, it probably is true. If enough people say Qadi Sahab, Qadi Sahab, Qadi Sahab, then what do we think? I'm a Qadi Sahab. If enough people tell us that mashallah, you're very pious, mashallah, you're very pious. Then what happens then? We start to believe it. That yeah, it must be true. If everybody's saying it. There's one story regarding one person, Wallahu alam if it's true or not, but it's a story that one person in Medina Munawwara, the kids used to kind of, annoy him a lot. They used to annoy him a lot. So he said to the kids that they would ask him, give us some sweets, give us some like halwa, give us some dates. A few kids. So he tell the kids, man, just leave me alone. In that garden, there's fulan person, he's giving out dates for free. He's like, the season came to an end and they cut all the dates and he's giving out dates to all the kids. So all the kids started to run. And thought, oh, you're getting dates for free. So the kids ran towards that garden. And then after a while, we saw all the kids were running. He thought, it could be true. So he started running behind them as well to go. So I said, why are you running for? You just tell the kids that, there's free dates. But it's not true. Like, what if it's true? I'll miss out. I feel like, some people are going, you feel like, I need to be part of it as well. I mean, as people tell you, and people start following it, you think, that's a social experiment. If you just stand outside, you look up like a building. Another girl comes stand next to you, he look up, like, what are you looking at? Shh, just look up. And then a third guy will come and he's like, what are you looking at? He's like, shh, look. And then you can leave from that guy, and everybody, you got a whole crowd start looking at, there must be something there. If everybody is doing it, it must be something there. Yes, try that one day. So that happens to us. Now, somebody praises us, when he says something to us, what happens? We start believing this, that it must be true. It must be something to it. So we should never ever become deceived or become maghrur. So just because you have people coming together telling you something doesn't mean it's true. Don't be deceived by people's praise, people's and this is very dangerous. I'm laughing. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said regarding one person praise another person. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said what? Qata'ta unuqa sahibik. You have cut your companion, your friend's neck off by praising him like this. Because why? This is very, very dangerous. People start to believe this. People start to get in this delusion. It happens sometimes. You have a small circle of people. So that one person, oh, mashallah, he's a big buzur. Mashallah, he's a great scholar. Mashallah, he has so much knowledge. Mashallah, he's like this. And that person some people are very, you have different levels of maturity in worldly maturity, mental maturity. Like, for example, a little child, you grow up, you have experience, you get a bit more elder, you have maturity. Even spiritual maturity, you have different levels. Somebody could tell them, you could heap praise upon them, it wouldn't make a difference to them. They say, no, it doesn't make a difference. I know what the reality is. And then some people, they're very immature in the religion. They're very immature in the religion. One bit of praise and they start to get, they can't. They're immature, they don't know how to handle it. Like finances, this person, he has billions of pounds, but even then, he still wears the same t-shirt and the same trousers. You can't tell he's rich. And some people just get the first paycheck and new phone, new shoes, and they're in debt. They don't know they don't have maturity in finances. So some people are immature in spirituality. They're immature in the deen. So praising them could destroy them. You understand? So be very, very careful with this. And if somebody ever praises you, you come first in an exam, you're reading Ibadah very well, you write your notes very well, or you're the outstanding person in the class, teacher gives you extra responsibilities, teacher says good words, or teachers don't think, because you just in a very small bubble. 10 of you in a class, 5 of you in a class, 20 or 100 of you in one madrasa. In the bigger grand scheme of things, we're nothing. So even if you got like your elder scholar or a khatib giving a lecture, and 100 people like your lecture, there's only 100 people in the whole world, there's hundreds of thousands of people, and the grand scheme of things, you're not even a drop of anything. You're a zero, you're nothing. You understand? So always do muhasabah, that in the reality. And we should always look at the ma'al. What's the ma'al? I do not know what's going to happen in the future. I do not know what's going to happen in the future. You understand? If you die with iman, and you die with Allah's pleasure, then whether people praise you or dispraise you, it makes no difference. And if you die with Allah's displeasure or you die with kufr, what's the use of that praise? Nothing. It's nothing. So just remember that this praise is what can we say? Is kagas ke phool hai. You have flowers, real flowers. It has a smell, has a scent, has real texture, and you get plastic flowers. Plastic flowers is plastic, nothing. So if people praise you, there's nothing. It has no significance. Has nothing to, no value whatsoever. You understand? So regarding this, always keep your head on. Don't let your head get too big. Don't lose your footing on the ground. How can you lose your footing and lose track of reality when you know you didn't ask for, you never even made dua for iman. You never made dua for iman. You never ask to be born in a particular household. You never ask for tawfiq. Yes? You never ask for anything. Allah gave you all of these things from His fadl. It's all the fadl of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Everything that you do, from the time you wake up for Fajr, the time you go to sleep at night time, any good that you do, it's a tawfiq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I should be proud upon this. You understand? Who the state the person is? There's one person, he says, that when I understood the people, I realized the reality of people, then anybody's praise never made me happy. Because my people who praise, they're excessively praise. They do go over the top. They'll suck up to you. And then you have those who are criticizing, they over criticize. But they're criticizing to the T, they're criticizing. And then when you want to praise somebody, some people like we call him, they're crazy behind somebody. It's the way he wears his topi, so mashallah. Like the way he wears topi is so beautiful. You go, it's all extreme. You understand? That's you very careful. Another thing as well is that sometimes, like even for a teacher, the students have nothing to compare you with. If you're a teacher, you're a khatib, they come to your khutbah every week. What do they compare you with? Nobody else. So when they praise you, it's like they've got nothing to compare with. So it's, exaggeration is very easy to happen. So be very wary of praising other people, especially if you have small circles. She's a big buzurg. I keep on saying it. It's like all little, like you go jamaat together, one group of people, and that one group, you miss one person. Very careful. You have one madrasa, one teacher. Then the teacher, in my own country, everybody has nafs. Everybody has the inner desires which can, go up. And if people say it, they start to believe it. So be very, very careful regarding this. Shaitan will never leave us alone. And this, the illah of the nafs and the, shaitan will always try to mislead us and get involved in pride and arrogance, etc. So may Allah give tawfiq to abstain from this illness.